All right, so as we're heading on in, I think the important thing to know is when I grocery shop, I try to shop in terms of macronutrient. I think of my protein sources, my carb sources, and my fat sources. That helps me find the foods that I enjoy and find the foods that I want to incorporate into my diet. It also helps me structure my meals better. And it also makes it easy for me to split those up and make substitutions. So if I know that in one of my solid meals, I'm gonna want roughly 40 grams of protein, roughly 75 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of fat, let's say, I can mix and match things, right? I can have ground beef as my protein source, or I can make that chicken, or I can make that turkey. I know if I need X amount of protein, I can choose from any of those options. So that's kind of how I go about my actual grocery shopping as well, and you'll see that as we go. So first thing we're gonna grab here is some lean ground beef. I try to get the 100% grass-fed, grass-finished. It's not a necessity to get grass-fed ground beef. I do think it is higher quality because they're not just stuffing these cattle with grains to fatten them up. But if you are balling on a budget or you just don't have it available to you, I really don't think it's the end of the world. Next, in terms of the protein sources, we're gonna go into the dairy aisle. I'm a huge fan of dairy. If you can digest dairy, do not be afraid of it. There's nothing wrong with it. So you can see here, I'm grabbing some cottage cheese. Cottage cheese has been a really big addition in my diet. I found that cottage cheese is really good to mix with a lot of different meals. Cottage cheese you can mix with scrambled eggs, chicken and rice, beef and rice. It just gives a little bit of versatility. It adds a ton of protein. And if you can tolerate and digest dairy well, things like cottage cheese and Greek yogurt have a ton of healthy probiotics. They're gonna be really good for your gut system, your gut health.